Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Fab Plus All-In. You probably know Apple as the maker of the iPhone and MacBook, and maybe, as one of the most profitable companies in the world. But here's the twist. Apple's true competitive edge, their hidden power, well, it isn't just in those sleek products you hold. It's deeply embedded within their custom-designed chips. Today, we're taking a deep dive into Apple's semiconductor strategy, exploring how this quiet, sort of behind-the-scenes move has profoundly reshaped the entire tech industry.
It really is a remarkable story. I mean, the long-term vision and the incredibly precise execution involved. Understanding Apple's journey into chip design isn't just about admiring their products. It's fundamental to grasping how modern technology companies are built and how they secure their future in such an intensely competitive landscape.
Yeah.
This deep dive will really peel back that polished surface, the Apple most people see, revealing the intricate engineering underneath it all.
Okay, let's unpack this then. It's easy to forget that Apple, well, once upon a time, was just like many other tech giants, heavily reliant on outside suppliers for the brands of their devices. Think back to the early Macs running on Intel processors, right? Or iPhones using chip components from Samsung. I remember wondering, why aren't they building their own engine? It felt almost un-Apple-like at the time, didn't it? What were the biggest sort of pain points or limitations Apple faced by not controlling their own silicon back then?
Well, that reliance created significant bottlenecks, definitely. When you're dependent on a third party for such critical components, you're bound by their roadmaps, their pricing, and crucially, their innovation cycles.
You're stuck on their schedule.
Exactly. You can't truly optimize the hardware and software experience because you don't control that foundational layer. It's like trying to build a custom race car, but having to pick an engine from, a catalog. Apple simply couldn't achieve the level of seamless integration they desired.
That really emphasizes the long game Apple plays. So, okay, there was this pivotal moment in 2010 that really kicked off Apple's journey towards chip independence. They launched their first self-designed processor called the A4. What was the immediate reaction to that, and how much foresight did it really take to embark on such a massive undertaking?
Foresight required. It's truly remarkable. Embarking on something like that, designing a custom chip, it's incredibly complex and massively expensive. And there's absolutely no guarantee of success, especially back then.
Right.
But that initial step with the A4 chip was, it was revolutionary. It signaled Apple's intent to control its own destiny, starting from the silicon up. And that single step led to this entire in-house chip portfolio that now powers, virtually every single Apple device.
And what a portfolio it is. It's not just about one chip anymore, is it?
No, not at all.
How has having this whole family of custom silicon, from the A series in your iPhone to the game-changing M series in Macs, how has that fundamentally changed Apple's approach to product development?
It's transformed everything. Seriously, we're not just talking about one type of chip here. You've got the A series, which is the powerhouse in your iPhones, constantly pushing mobile performance boundaries. Every year, a leap forward. Then the M series. Wow, that truly revolutionized the Mac lineup, didn't it? From the M1 to the, what is it now, the M4, these chips transformed Macs into absolute powerhouses, completely changing the performance landscape for laptops and desktops.
Yeah, the M1 debut was stunning.
It really was. But it doesn't stop there, of course.
No, it doesn't. We also see the S series, which is absolutely crucial for the Apple Watch. It enables that tiny form factor to pack in incredible health and fitness tracking capabilities. And let's not forget the H&W series, dedicated to products like AirPods and other audio tech, ensuring that seamless connectivity and audio quality that really elevates your user experience.
And that's the core differentiator. You've hit on it. It's not just about building chips. The real magic, the thing that makes Apple so difficult to replicate, is how they seamlessly integrate these custom-designed chips with their own hardware and their own software.
Full package.
Precisely. It's a vertically integrated, closed ecosystem, yes, but that allows for almost flawless and incredibly optimized user experience. It's really hard for competitors to match that. Every part talks to every other part because Apple designed it all with a single, unified vision.
It sounds like a truly unique partnership, because here's where it gets really interesting for me. While Apple designs these incredibly complex chips, they don't actually manufacture them themselves. That's handled by Taiwan's chip giant, TSMC. And this isn't just a typical client-supplier relationship, is it? It feels more like a powerful symbiotic alliance. Can you tell us more about how that actually works?
Absolutely. It's very symbiotic. Apple sets incredibly demanding standards for chip design. They are
Hmm.
constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible with performance, efficiency, and miniaturization. And because of the sheer volume of chips Apple needs, I mean, think about iPhones, Macs, iPads, everything, they create this immense, almost unprecedented demand for the absolute cutting edge in manufacturing technology.
And TSMC delivers. To put it simply, they're pretty much the only ones who can reliably build these microscopic wonders at Apple's insane scale. They're currently churning out chips on a 3-nanometer process, which is just mind-bogglingly small, like building a city where buildings are the size of a few atoms.
It is
And
mind-boggling.
2 nanometers on the horizon.
Exactly. So every major Apple product release, whether it's a new iPhone, a Mac, or an iPad, isn't just exciting for consumers like you. It actually serves as a massive catalyst, pushing the entire semiconductor industry forward. It forces TSMC to innovate, to invest billions in R&D and new fabs. And that innovation then, it trickles down and eventually benefits other companies too. Many in the industry even consider Apple to be the single biggest driver behind next generation chip manufacturing.
Stepping back then, the broader implication here is that this partnership doesn't just benefit Apple by getting them the most advanced chips first. It's actually accelerating innovation across the entire global chip ecosystem. Apple's demand fuels TSMC's R&D, which leads to advancements that eventually become accessible to others.
That's a great way to put it. It's a rising tide for the whole industry, driven significantly by Apple's huge buying power and their, frankly, uncompromising demands for the best.
Now, this raises a crucial question for you, the listener. Why? Why did Apple choose this incredibly difficult, expensive, and time-consuming path of designing its own chips instead of just buying them off the shelf like so many other companies still do? What was the strategic imperative behind such a monumental decision?
Yeah, that's the core question, isn't it? And it really highlights the strategic depth this gives Apple, extending far beyond, typical competitive advantages. There are really three core reasons that stand out for why Apple committed to this path.
Okay, the first one, and maybe the most immediate benefit for users, is performance optimization, right?
Absolutely.
Because Apple designs both the chip and the operating system of iOS for iPhones, macOS for Macs. They can tailor-make those chips specifically for their software. This deep, almost symbiotic relationship means they can achieve superior performance and efficiency that just isn't possible when you're trying to make a generic chip work with a generic OS.
Exactly. It's like designing a custom engine for a specific race car instead of just dropping in an off-the-shelf one.
Yeah.
This level of co-design, where hardware and software are developed in tandem, allows for remarkable efficiency. Every transistor is optimized for the tasks Apple software needs to perform, which leads to faster app launches, smoother multitasking, and dramatically better battery life, all while running really demanding applications.
Okay, and the second major reason is supply chain control. You mentioned earlier they used Intel for Macs and Qualcomm for modems.
For years.
What kind of vulnerabilities did that create for Apple, and how did designing their own chips solve that?
Oh, it created huge vulnerabilities. Their production timelines, their costs, even the security of their designs were subject to external factors, to the whims of their suppliers.
Suppliers who might also be competitors or supplying competitors.
Precisely. By designing their own chips, Apple gained immense independence. They dictate their own timelines, secure their own supply, and significantly reduce reliance on others. This strategic independence is just invaluable in today's volatile global market.
And then there's the third reason, which is all about product differentiation, making their stuff unique. Custom chips enable unique features and capabilities that simply aren't possible with off-the-shelf components. You mentioned Base ID earlier.
Right, Face ID is a perfect example. That relies on a specialized neural engine on the chip that's a dedicated part of the silicon, specifically designed to rapidly process complex AI tasks like, analyzing your face.
What other kinds of unique capabilities have these custom chips unlocked for users?
Oh, plenty. Those custom A-series chips are really the unsung heroes enabling the magic you often take for granted. Think about pro-level photography, where the chip processes millions of pixels in real time to create stunning images, or console-quality gaming on your phone,
Right.
or sophisticated AI features like real-time language translation happening right there on the device. These aren't just software tricks, they're deeply intertwined with the custom silicon. These unique capabilities create distinct product advantages that keep customers coming back, offering experiences no generic chip could really deliver in the same way.
So in essence, this chip control has transformed Apple from primarily a hardware company into something more. like a comprehensive full-stack technology platform.
That's a good way to describe it.
They own everything, from the silicon to the software to the services built on top. This level of vertical integration gives them unprecedented control over the user experience, security, and, importantly, future innovation.
Yeah, it's a model that very few other companies can replicate due to the sheer investment and expertise required over, decades.
So we've seen where Apple came from and why they're doing what they're doing, but having built this impressive foundation, the natural question becomes, where do they go from here? What new frontiers are Apple's chip architects putting towards that will impact what you, the listener, experience in the coming years?
Well, it's striking how these strategic chip investments aren't just about incremental improvements anymore. They're really about enabling entirely new product categories and user experiences. We're seeing several key upcoming developments taking shape.
Okay, like one of the biggest shifts on the horizon seems to be the development of a custom 5G modem, right?
Yes, that's a big one.
For years, Apple has relied on Qualcomm for these crucial components that let your iPhone connect to cellular networks. But with their own custom modem, that signals an upcoming break, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It gives them even more control over connectivity performance, battery life, and potentially enables new cellular capabilities we haven't even thought of yet. It decouples them from Qualcomm's roadmap and pricing.
Right, more independence.
Exactly. And beyond connectivity, we're also looking at specialized AR/VR chips, obviously, designed specifically for products like the Vision Pro and whatever comes next in immersive tech.
Oh, it's supposed to be incredibly complex.
Oh, unbelievably so. They need to process massive amounts of visual and spatial data in real time with ultra-low latency. Off-the-shelf chips simply can't handle that efficiently enough for a truly seamless, immersive experience. You need custom silicon.
And of course, AI.
Yeah.
Dedicated AI acceleration chips. On-device artificial intelligence is becoming increasingly important for everything.
Everything. Enhanced photography, voice recognition like Siri, predictive text, personalization. Apple is investing heavily in chips that can handle these complex AI tasks directly on your device, which makes them faster, more private, because the data doesn't have to leave your phone, and more power efficient.
And this leads us to broader horizons, perhaps.
I think so. While these immediate developments are exciting, Apple's expanded silicon influence could lead them to develop chips for entirely new product categories or industries. Could we see them developing chips for, say, servers or health technologies that go way beyond the Apple Watch, even autonomous vehicles? It opens up possibilities.
That's right. With each new chip initiative, Apple's essentially using silicon to expand its reach far beyond its traditional core of phones and laptops. They're laying the groundwork for a future where their custom chips could be at the heart of many more aspects of your digital and maybe your physical world too. But let's bring it back down. What does all this deep dive into silicon really mean for your daily life, beyond the tech specs? How does this make a difference to the person listening right now holding their phone?
Well, it means that the iPhone you hold in your hand, that sleek, powerful device, isn't just running on a mobile processor. It's running on one of the world's most advanced mobile processors, period. And it was designed specifically by Apple for that exact device, running that exact software. That's a huge difference you feel every day.
Okay.
These custom A-series chips, or M-series and Max, they're the unsung heroes enabling the magic you take for granted, like that smooth 4K video recording or pro-level photography, console-quality gaming on your phone, even just, all-day battery life despite the power.
Yeah, battery life is huge.
It's all a direct result of Apple building the silicon specifically for these experiences.
And the ripple effects go even further, don't they? Impacting aspects of your life far beyond just your phone or laptop. Think about how Apple's custom silicon contributes to health monitoring through the Apple Watch, making those readings accurate and consistent for your fitness goals.
Absolutely.
Or how it enhances your work productivity, allowing for seamless multitasking and demanding creative tasks on a MacBook, tasks that used to require a hefty desktop.
Yeah. Zooming out, it's clear these custom chips aren't just, technical achievements locked away in a lab. They are the fundamental enablers of the sophisticated, intuitive, and importantly, secure digital world you navigate every single day. From streaming high-quality entertainment smoothly to ensuring your privacy with on-device processing of sensitive data like your face or fingerprints, Apple's silicon strategy is quietly but profoundly shaping your entire digital experience.
So now you know Apple isn't just a gadget company. Far from it. It's a chip innovator, actively shaping the future of technology through its advanced silicon.
And their deep commitment to custom silicon, this whole journey we've discussed, it raises a fascinating question for the future, doesn't it? What does this full stack model mean for the tech industry as a whole? How might it influence other major players or even smaller innovators in the years to come?
Will more companies try to follow Apple's lead in designing their own core components? Or will this level of vertical integration remain a unique advantage for Apple? Something to think about.
Definitely something to watch.
In our next deep dive, we'll actually look into another tech giant, Microsoft. Yes, they're quietly becoming a significant player in the AI chip game too. Don't forget to subscribe to FAB+. See you next time.